Howdy folks, I'm Scratchy Sweater, searingly scraping against scaly skin.
I'm Amber.
And here's more scaly skin for us to scrape against because we're an evil sweater with claws. Let's get started with Santa Claus. Alright folks, and our first letter is titled, Am I a jerk for refusing to give my mother access to my savings account even though she says it's for family emergencies? I am a 24-year-old female and I've been working since I was 18 and have been diligently saving money. Over the years, I've built up a decent emergency fund and started putting money aside for a house. My parents have always known that I was good with money, but recently, my mom, a 48-year-old female, has been pressuring me to give her access to my savings account. She says it's because the family has a lot of unexpected expenses lately, like car repairs and medical bills for my younger brother, a 15-year-old male. While I understand that money is tight, I've always helped them when I could. I've paid for groceries, contributed to household bills, and even helped cover my brother's school supplies. But my mom insists that it's not enough. She wants direct access to my savings account just in case something big happens. I told her that I wasn't comfortable with that since I've worked hard for this money and it's meant for my future. I've also mentioned that I would be happy to help if a real emergency comes up, but I would prefer to manage it on my own terms. She got really upset, saying that I don't trust her and that I'm being selfish. My dad has stayed out of it, but my older sister, a 26-year-old female, thinks that I'm overreacting and should just let mom have access. She even said, what's the point of saving if you're not going to help family out? Now I'm feeling torn. On one hand, I want to help my family, but on the other hand, I don't think that it's fair for me to hand over control of my hard-earned money. Am I the jerk for refusing to give my mother access to my savings account? All right, folks, what do you think?
No, absolutely not the jerk, and do not give your mother access to that account. The money will be gone before you know it. And it's like really ridiculous how she's trying to be like, but you're not helping family, like when you're already doing plenty.
Yeah.
You do not have to give someone control of your entire bank account to help family.
Yeah.
In fact, that's not even help at that point in time. That's potentially enabling bad behavior.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that again, like you kind of hinted at it in that they're essentially implying that in order for OP to help them, they need access to the bank account. And that's just simply not true. OP is helping them on her own terms and using money judiciously, but only where she can afford to do it. And I think that they are expecting way too much out of OP if they're expecting her to cover all of these expenses, right? A parent shouldn't be holding their child back from success. They should be help pushing them forward, right?
Exactly. Like you need to secure your own future first, and then you can worry about everyone else. Like yes, you're already helping with immediate needs, but like don't let your mother have access to your account. She's going to drain it and then be like, well, I had no choice. And she did have a choice.
Yeah. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. And 729 Bookseller says, I would highly recommend you do not share your account information or even your balance. You're saving so that you can move out. You should only be paying the bills that you are required to pay for living in the house. You should also get a credit check to make sure that you don't have any other open accounts that you're not aware of. And Tarzan Kitty says, yes, she should absolutely check her credit and then lock it down. Identity theft is a popular pastime of shady parents. I mean, I think that's solid advice. And Sensitive Pattern 341 says, access, more like clean out. Do not give anyone access, family or not. You are not responsible for family bills. All right, folks, and our next letter is titled, Am I a jerk? Because I told my partner of 6 years that I want to keep our family separate. Sorry this is so long, but thank you to anyone who reads it. Okay, I am a 37-year-old female, and I've been with my partner, a 36-year-old male, for 6 years. We have a 5-year-old son and have lived together for 5 years now. We own a house together, and we share and do everything together. I'm very family-oriented, and I talk and see my family often. Because my partner and I live together, he is also around my family often. His family, on the other hand, has weird dynamics. His mom lives in our city, and she sees her grandkids in another state more often than she sees our child. When he sees his mom, he goes to her house alone or with our son. He has a huge family on his dad's side, but only sees and talks to his dad on holidays. Well, recently I found out that I work with his aunt, on his dad's side. I decided to introduce myself to her and show her a picture of her great nephew, my son. Then she asked me if I had talked to my partner recently. I was surprised and I told her that, well, yeah, we live together. She says, ah, okay, I thought you two broke up. I was totally taken aback because I've never met this aunt and she was aware of who I was and thought that we had broken up. After that encounter, I realized that in the last 6 years, I have only met his dad once, and I've never had a real conversation with his mom. He always tells me that she says hello, but it's never in person or to me personally. I'm not really sure what he has told his family about me or what they discuss when I'm not around, which is never. But my family has fully accepted him and talk to him and see him regularly. He goes to family dinners and vacations with my family and even helps my family with electronics and technical issues. But after his aunt told me that she thought that we broke up, even though I've never met her, I got upset and told him that I wanted our families to stay separate, which to me wasn't a big deal, seeing as how his family was already like that anyways. I told him that he will no longer be invited out with us and that when I do family activities with my family, it will just be me and our son. He was pretty upset and claims that he enjoys being around my family. I don't care because he's never made an effort to acclimate me to his family. And I've realized that I don't even know anything about his parents, his sisters, his aunts, uncles, but yet they think that we're broken up. Why would they think that? Did he give them that impression? Am I the jerk? All right, folks, what do you think?
I mean, I understand OP's frustration, but I don't think that this is going to do what she wants it to do.
Mm-hmm.
I think she really needs to sit down with her partner and have an open and honest conversation.
Yeah.
It's not clear to me how much like if she's ever asked to be included or if she's just never been included.
Yeah, I mean, this is a lot of missing details.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like she could, if she has asked to see them and he's like, oh no, it's not the right time or something like that, that's one thing. But if
Mm-hmm.
this is like, she's never had any kind of curiosity to meet them or go with them or been like, oh, hey, you mind if I tag along this time?
Right, if she was just waiting to be invited,
Yeah.
then like people don't always pick up on those cues. And like, yeah, he probably not even probably, he definitely should be more invested in having his partner meet his family.
Mm-hmm.
But I think again they need to really have an open and honest communication. Find out what he said to his family about her, why he's never invited her, and yeah.
Well, I can think of a couple of reasons. Like one reason is that maybe his family is actually really terrible. I mean, he's no contact with them for a reason, right? So maybe there's something going on here where he's protecting his wife from them, right?
Yeah, and that was mentioned in the comments that he was no contact until he met Opie, and she
Mm-hmm.
encouraged him to resume contact.
Yeah. But if that's the case, then why would you bring your son around them, right?
Yeah, I mean, it could be like his parents like are biased against OP for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes people irrationally just don't like their children's partners.
Yeah. And there could be cheating going on here. I know in the comments, OP also mentions that they're kind of joined at the hip, or they say that they're joined at the hip. But I mean, he goes to work,
Mm-hmm.
she goes to school, and OP's like, well, he wouldn't have any time for cheating. And I mean, I think where there's a will, there's a way,
Yeah.
right? And so this could be, I think that OP should clear up why the aunt has this impression, talk to them, find out more information,
Mm-hmm.
see if there's any other women hanging around him when he goes to these things. Um, so, just kind of make sure that there isn't something going on that they're not expecting. But OP doesn't believe there's cheating, but it's hard to say.
Mm-hmm.
But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. Alright folks, and our next letter is titled, I'm a 25-year-old female and my boyfriend, a 31-year-old male, put an AirTag on my car. Is this okay? My boyfriend picked my car up from work today to get my oil changed. Once I got home from work today, I got a notification that an AirTag was found moving with me. It tracked all the way back to my job. I clicked on the play sound, and sure enough, I heard it and followed it around to the trunk area of my car, but I couldn't find it. I went inside and asked my brother if he could help me, and after around an hour of digging, we found it buried beneath the lining of the trunk. My brother said that it was hidden so well, it had to have had some planning behind it, or it had to have been done before. After some Googling, I found out there's a way to find the serial number and last four of the phone number that it's registered to. Sure enough, my boyfriend's last four pops up on my screen. We've had issues with him being very jealous in the past. We've been together for around a year and a half and plan on moving in together when his lease is up in May. He doesn't know that I know, and I'm not sure what to do from here. All right, folks, what do you think? How fast should OP break up with her boyfriend?
Yeah, I mean, I think OP, to answer your question, no, this is not okay. I do not think you should move in with this man. He is already showing you that he is very jealous and very controlling.
Yeah.
This is not okay behavior from him, and it's likely only to escalate once you're living with him.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that's the biggest issue here is that this seems like a huge potential for escalation where he is going to essentially like continue to track OP, follow her every move, be controlling. Like this is just the start. You haven't even moved in together, and he's already starting to do these kinds of things.
Right. You know, this seems like the type of person who's going to want you to answer for wherever you are, or track your every move. It's going to be so much easier to get out now when you don't have a joint living space, and than it would be down the line if you're actually living together and you need to secure a place to live and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. And Xenielna says, is he not familiar with how AirTags work? Because someone with an iPhone would know the jig would be up within 30 minutes. If you live in a city with a high car theft rate, maybe that's a reason. I have a lot of friends in the GTA Toronto that AirTags their vehicles. And OP replies, I live in a pretty small town and he lives an hour away in the town that I work. Honestly, he's not very educated in Apple. I've taught him a lot on how to use features on his phone. I'm sure he had no idea that it would alert me or thought that if I did, I couldn't find it and would try to convince me that it was from someone else. I'm also assuming that he had no idea that there was a feature to see what phone number it was registered to, and he intended to deny it. Someone who thinks he's technologically savvy has gotten himself into a huge amount of trouble.
Well, it's good though, and like if OP knows that he would deny and all this sort of stuff, like OP, listen to this information that you're seeing right now. You know he's not going to own up to it, but you know he did it.
Yeah.
And that's not like a trusting relationship right there.
No, no. All right, folks, and our next letter is titled, My Fiance's Ex-Wife Caught Using Stealth Mode on Their Child's Gizmo Watch. So here I am in the kitchen hugging my fiance yesterday. He had his new slippers from Christmas on, and I say something like, oh, sexy, just being playful. And all of a sudden, his ex-wife's voice is loud and says, hello, hello. He walks over to the child's Gizmo watch, and after she asks for my son, my fiance asks her how the phone picked up, and she said that it automatically does. She's in control because it's all on her phone plan, and she pays for it while my fiance is paying for the older child's phone. I then look online, and sure enough, the admin can remotely call in with nobody knowing and listen whenever they want to what's going on. A little bit of background, this woman hates me and has no boundaries. She was mad when she came to pick up the kids a few months ago that I was drinking coffee on my porch and asked my fiance why I was there. She has walked right past me and him at my house, no greeting, and walked into our house without permission with one of the kids. The daughter says that her mother doesn't like me, and it's hard when we are all together because she knows her mother doesn't like me. Well, back to now. He asks his daughter about the watch, and the daughter says something like, it rings and sometimes it doesn't ring. And mom is just there, so obviously she uses the feature. I told her that I don't appreciate her sending something to our house that allows her to listen in whenever she wants with no warning. She pretty much told me to mind my own business because it's between her and the father of her kids. I told her that the next time this happens, we will have a problem, and she accused me of threatening her. Fiance says that he understands my point of view and says that he will ask her about it, and he doesn't think that she uses it. She literally was caught using it, and the daughter says she uses it. I stay away from her, I don't go near her, and I try to keep the peace, but she makes it impossible and plays the victim. I'm a 50-year-old female and he's a 47-year-old male. He typically believes whatever she says. I envision her saying, I don't use it in spite of proof, and him saying, oh, okay. Am I the jerk for wanting to be included in this? Their business is their business, but this one issue involves me and my house. Thanks. All right, folks, what do you think?
Not the jerk. Like you said, this is your business because they're able to spy on you.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, if he is this spineless toward his ex, I would be thinking about the relationship as a
Oh,
whole.
yeah.
Because this is not giving me warm fuzzies. If his response to "we're being spied on, we should stop this" is, "Oh well, I'm sure she doesn't use it."
Yeah. I would think that OP should look into whether this is even legal. This
Mm-hmm.
might be considered like spying or, tapping or something like that. And if that is, then this might actually be an illegal activity. And I think that this, like, one of the things that they can do to get around this is buy like a Faraday bag. They cost like $20 and they stop all the radio waves from going in and out of a device. So basically, it would stop the device from sending and receiving calls, and
Mm-hmm.
it would make it impossible for her to spy on them. So, as annoying as it might be for the child, they can just say that while you're in our house, you're not allowed to use this device.
Mm-hmm. And they might even be able to bring it up to court in the whole custody arrangement arrange for getting a new phone for the child that doesn't allow that kind of spying capabilities.
Mm-hmm. Because this is a huge invasion of privacy.
It is.
But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. All right, folks, it is tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. I've got some tea right here, and Amber, she has a joke. Oh, she has and we have a new joke book that Amber made. It's my Christmas present.
Yes, it's not finished yet because coming up with 365 jokes takes a lot. But it's called A Year of Laughs, and so it's a new thing we're going to be doing. So there's this website called National Today, and they basically have a bunch of holidays for every day. And some of them are like your normal holidays, but some of them are also some just like random silly holidays. So we're going to have a joke and a holiday every day.
Excellent.
So what is a horror villain's January 1st motto?
A horror villain's January 1st motto is, I'm going to start off the year fresh by doing some slashing.
New year, new scare.
Oh, well, that makes a lot of sense.
And as you probably guessed, today's holiday is New Year's Day.
Yes, it should be New Year's Day. And I have licorice spice. All right, folks, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for watching. Happy, wonderful Wednesday, folks. Amber, we need some kind of moral advice and or guidance, and please have it on secrets, family secrets.
Some things like bank account information may be best kept secret.
Yeah. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye.